Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. So there's been a little bit of off-camera work, not progress, just work, that I should talk about before we get going here and try to take down the bosses Ornstein and Smo again. So I did level up a few times, you could actually say, about 15 times. So I used to be level 35, now I am level 50. All of those points went into Vitality and Endurance, except for 3, which went into Strength. And those 3 went into Strength so that I could wield this Silver Knight Shield. Now, going back to check out my equipment a little bit, Silver Knight Shield has a little bit more protection than the Heater Shield, but it also has more stability. You can see that the Heater Shield on the right side here has stability of 55. Silver Knight Shield has stability of 64. Now, 64... I should say stability just means how much of your endurance meter is taken every time you block a hit. So the higher your stability, the less endurance is taken every time you block a hit. Now I'm hoping that we would run into some summon signs here. And the reason I leveled up was, twofold. One was I'm a little bit low for Anor Londo, and 50 is probably perfect for Anor Londo, for taking on these bosses anyway. Remember that if you are summoning or being summoned, you have to be within 10% of the host's level. So by putting myself a little bit of a more average level, I've opened myself up to more summon signs. But, oh wait, we do have one here. We'll try Old Greg 90, but I don't hold out a lot of hope because summoning has been failed not only all morning here, but also, all across this entire Let's Play, which is baffling to me. The co-op does not work perfectly. There are pretty frequent summoning fail errors, one of the major complaints that I have about the game. But it normally works like 60% of the time at the very least. 0% of the time is kind of unprecedented. The reason I want some summoning help for this is one of the hardest bosses in the game, as you saw in that last video, and Solaire doesn't really help out that much. He's not horrible, but he's certainly not that fantastic. I'm also going to equip Humanity on my quick bar. I only have 8, so I've got to be a little bit cautious about using it, but if I run out of health, maybe I can use that Humanity to save me. I'd only want to use 1 or 2 at the most. Oh my god, is this actually going to work now? It did say... Oh my god. Alright, well, we'll give this like another minute, and then we'll run through the shortcut to get back to the boss. You'll notice I am human. And again, I feel like I preface almost all of the videos with this at this point, but there is a high risk of invasion in Anor Londo. This is actually where Oh my god! Oh no, not point down. Bow. Mark, what's up, buddy? Mark 286. You are the first. And I'm going to try to summon Old Greg 90 as well, but we'll just run on anyway, because we can summon Solaire. That's awesome! Okay, so we'll get a chance to show off the co-op. So essentially, the thing you need to know about White Phantoms, or also Golden Phantoms, is... I'm just going to let him murder this guy. It looks like he's a little bit overpowered. How much damage did he do there? All of it! Alright, he's doing way more damage than me. Is that they can't heal by themselves. They have to use your Estus. 470, he's a little bit more powerful than me. My weapon does about like 280 when I backstab them. As you can see right here, 252. Let's take this guy down. Oh, I'm a big fan. Okay. So yeah, he has to use our Estus to heal, so we're going to really be watching out for his health, especially since he's probably going to be tanking a lot of the damage in this boss fight. So we're just taking the shortcut back to the direction that we're going here. Mark seems to be a pretty good Phantom in that he's kind of like waiting for me. Now, of course, summoning failed. He's waiting for me to kind of show him what I want to do. Although I'm going to let him lead through this part because these are some of the tougher enemies in the game. And if we can take them out one by one, that's better for us. Maybe not some of the tougher enemies in the game, but definitely the toughest enemies in Anor Londo, in those giant sentinel dudes. Wow, I can't believe the summoning worked. This is awesome. So this is one of my favorite parts of the game. If you are summoned, so if you're Mark 286 right now and you die, you don't lose anything. Like, you don't lose souls, you don't lose humanity, and you don't even have to be human to get summoned in the first place. But if we beat the boss, he will actually get 1 humanity, and he will get a certain amount of souls. Oh, he's dead. Okay. I think he gets 25,000 souls for beating this boss, and he also gets 50% of the souls that we get for killing all these enemies. So I'm going to summon Solaire here. And I guess we'll both work together to take out these sentinels. I did take a little bit of fall damage there, but it's not a big deal. Now Solaire is summoned. Probably would have been a better option just to wait to summon Solaire and actually get to him before the boss, the reason being that Solaire can't heal, and he'll probably take some stupid damage against these guys. But I'm really happy with how this has worked out so far. One thing worth noting about this boss fight is that a lot of people prefer to take out one boss before the other one because it actually gives you a different choice. Oh, stupid damage. I knew I was going to say that at some point during this Let's Play. It actually gives you a different choice of armor to pick up later in the game. So let's top up on Estus here. So sometimes hosts will send a message to their phantoms at this point and be like, alright, kill the fat guy first or kill the skinny guy first. But I don't really care, so we're just going to go through. I'll make sure this guy's ready. You ready? The shrug probably doesn't inspire confidence. But, oh, okay, we're good. He's running against the fog wall. Generally indicates we're good to go. Alright. Now, the easiest way to do this boss fight typically is to take down Ornstein first. So we're going to wait. Oh, God. Watch out for the hammer. I assume Mark is going to be like our heavy hitter here. And he is going to go for Smo first, which is kind of a strange choice. But at the very least, he'll distract him, which is fantastic. While Solaire and I do the dirty on Ornstein over here. Or Ornstein, I'm not sure. Now I'm just going to basically do stamina management here and make sure that I can't really get hit by any of his attacks just from having low stamina from attacking. I could use my Pyromancy, but I'm going to save that and actually use that against the Super Smog. Or Super Smo. Super... I never... because it looks like dough, but I feel like it should sound like smog. We're doing a pretty good job on Ornstein here. Mark's being a good host. The other thing he could do is help us fight Ornstein, but this is fine as well because he's keeping the aggro from the fat guy, which is good. It'll help us from taking a ton of damage. Okay, Ornstein is going to go down here, then we'll have another little mini cutscene. I've done this boss fight so many times in co-op. It's actually one of my favorite boss fights in the entire game. So he's gone down. Now we can focus on Fatty over here. And you see, he was a very good host because he didn't accidentally kill the fat guy. He's watching what I'm doing and being like, oh, he wants to kill the skinny guy first, because maybe he wants the skinny guy's armor later in the game. Honestly, I have no armor preference at all. I probably won't be using either of these guys' armor because it's too heavy for my liking. But you do see a lot of people using this armor online because it is kind of funky looking, let's put it that way. Now, this guy's a little bit more dangerous. He has one attack that we really just cannot block, and now's where we're really going to have to focus on Mark. Well, not Solaire so much. Mostly Mark's health in order to make sure that we're constantly topping him up with Estus. So we can't block all the damage from that attack, and we can't block all the damage from this other attack he does, where he basically jumps into the air and drops down, does a huge lightning attack on us. So both Mark and I firing away with Pyromancy right now. My Pyromancer's Flame is pretty bad because it's unupgraded. Oh, sorry, Solaire, just hit you in the face with a Great Chaos Fireball. And I should really save some of my money and upgrade my Pyromancer's Flame when I get back to wherever area I go to next. But for now, things are going pretty well. Don't want to get too close. I could do more damage. Oh, man. Okay, Mark, please get in there. Do some that's the attack. That's the attack I always want to make sure I can at least stay mostly away from. So we're going to top up on Estus. That'll help out Mark over here as well. And then we're just going to throw some fireballs in there. Not the bravest way to tackle the boss, maybe, but works for me, let's put it that way. Mark's doing a pretty sizable amount of damage, which is fine by me. I don't like how close I have to get in order to get my fireball to work. That's okay. You know, I got to give it up to Mark 286 here. He has been a fantastic Phantom so far. Hasn't... One common mistake that Phantoms make is maybe playing too aggressively. Oh, I'm out of fireball. I got to actually physically attack him now. Is playing too aggressively and then forcing the host to actually use their Estus to heal them when they might need it for themselves a little bit later. I mean, remember that when you're a Phantom, you're always there for the host. Okay, that's going to hurt. I got lucky. Solaire's almost dead. Might as well top up on Estus just to make sure that we get out of this. Okay, Smo's dead. Definitely bow to these guys. You were a great host. I appreciate that. I'll send him a message a little bit later, but I don't need to do that on camera. I'm just happy that it actually worked. Now, we are still human, but I don't think we can be invaded here. Something cool that's interesting to point out in this Ornstein and Smo boss room is that we got one really big elevator over here, similar to the one at the start of Anor Londo. We'll wait till it comes down so you can see. And we also have one really tiny elevator over here. Presumably this one is for Ornstein and the other one is for Smo. So it's just kind of a cool touch to the boss room here. They both have their own separate elevators that they go down. Again, just a nice design touch. So as we get up here, we're going to encounter a kind of a pivotal moment in the game, actually. Thankfully, there is a bonfire right here. And we'll rest at this, just to replenish our Estus. Oh, actually we won't, because we still have 6 left. So that went pretty well. I really don't want to lose these souls, because I want to use them to upgrade my Pyromancer's Flame a little bit later. With warning, imminent amazing chest. Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. This is my laugh. What does this message say?
Thou hast journeyed far, and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child.
Alright, so we're going to go through some story stuff here, and I'm going to shut up, but let's read this message. Of course it says amazing chest ahead. Alright. Kneel before Zod, please. There we go.
O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn, and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee. And beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
Alright, so we'll talk to her one more time just to see if there's any more dialogue I'm missing.
O chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
Oh, also, I forgot. We could enter a covenant here. The covenant is called the Princess Guard, and the bonuses for joining and leveling up in this covenant are pretty useless to me. They're healing spells that are actually pretty good for supporting in a co-op role, but it's, generally speaking, one of the less popular covenants, and for good reason, because there's others that are a lot better. But we can talk to her and see if she's got any more dialogue for us.
Since the day
Alright, yeah, we've heard this already.
And beseech thee, a grave and arduous test of mental, yea, it shall be. Indeed, we had felt the warmth of fire, its radiance and the life it sustaineth. Without fire, all shall be a frigid and frightful dark.
Okay.
Now thou shalt go forth, chosen undead. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
So she is essentially saying, hey, my dad was pretty cool. He's the king of sunlight, but then he was a big dickhole. And, you know, his form did obscure it. So I take that to mean that essentially he fell from grace. Now go murder him and, you know, link the flame so that you can continue the Age of Fire. If you remember from the opening cutscene, the Age of Fire is the Age of the Gods. So gods like Guinevere, who is the lady we just saw, the daughter of Gwyn. Gwyn himself as well. I don't know if Nito and... what's the other one? The Witch of Izalith. I don't know if they're actually gods. I think Gwyn might be the only god, but I'm not sure. Again, if you're interested in lore, I would recommend a YouTube user by the name of Quelaag, Queelaag, and also a YouTube user by the name of Epic Name Bro. He's just started a lore series on Dark Souls, and it's really interesting, actually. It's a lot more in-depth, but that's important because the story in this game is told in kind of an unusual way, in the sense that... where's the elevator here, anyway? It's told in an unusual way in the sense that, is this the I always miss the skinny elevator. Like, normally in an RPG there's a lot of cutscenes and the story is very much kind of handed to you on a silver platter, not that there's anything wrong with that. Whereas in Dark Souls, very much it's like a traditional RPG. You have to talk to people a lot and you have to read item descriptions as well. Why? Oh, these guys are back because I rested at the bonfire. Now I believe, let me check something here before I make a fool of myself. I'm going to put this on my quick bar, the Black Eye Orb. Because I thought that I should be able to use this in this area. I might have to fight these sentinels again. That's going to be annoying as hell. You know what? I'm just going to run past them and see if my... Okay, it does. Okay, it becomes active, which is good. Now, remember, our Firekeeper got murdered. We kind of missed out on some story beats, but the dude who murdered my Firekeeper is actually the guy I rescued in the Undead Parish. So by using this item that he thankfully left behind, why are you chasing me so hard? Go back to your... You're supposed to lose aggro here. Don't I need these souls to upgrade my Pyromancy Flame, man. I don't know how long the orb takes to work. So by using this orb, we can actually enter into his world and kill him. Oh my god. Okay, just use it. Yes, invade the... Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Now, we should be safe as soon as we invade here. Now, we're not... This is similar to the way an invasion would work online. Based on what I've seen so far, anyway. No, I've done a lot of invading online, but based on what I've seen from this so far. But it is going to be an NPC, and we're going to fight him, and I believe if we succeed, we will actually regain the Firekeeper soul, so we can rekindle the bonfire at Firelink Shrine, which would be fantastic for me. And of course, he's got 3 buddies. All right, Knight Lautrec. I believe he has some dialogue here, so I'm going to try my best to avoid speaking over it. But, you know, 3-on-1, this doesn't seem very fair. Are you... There we go. Fucking soul arrow, oh my god. And Lautrec himself is actually pretty damn difficult. I've killed him before in other runs, just to avoid getting my Firekeeper murdered. So we're going to keep our distance here. Hopefully spam Great Chaos Fireballs, which I'm hoping will do more damage. Oh my god, okay, run. You got to get in a better position, man. You've done invasions before, use your head. Now, we shouldn't be able to use our Estus Flasks. We can't, okay. So what we should really be trying to do is maybe using some humanity. Now, the weapons that Lautrec is wielding, I actually can't shield against those. They go right through your shield, or at least one of the attacks does. So I gotta be very cautious about that. I've almost murdered a couple of these guys. Pyromancy is very useful, both in this fight, apparently, and in the PvP fights where you're fighting more than one person at a time. Now, I suppose I probably will use a humanity or two to heal during this fight, just because I don't want to mess up and have to do it again. One of them's... He's so close! He's dead! He's so close to death. Okay, run. Run, run, run. Get ready to use a humanity, because one hit could actually take me out here. From the sorcerer, anyway, I mean. Okay, so I got Fireball left. I really want to murder whatever that warrior is right there. Okay, now we got one down. Now let's murder the wizard. And probably use a humanity to heal, which means running away. Again, pretty similar to how a lot of invasions go down online. You've got to be pretty cautious, but I'd like to get them back into that area over there. Okay, obviously I can't just escape through the fog wall. That would be pretty chintzy. I fucking hate that sorcerer, man. Attacks you through your shield. Okay, Lautrec is pretty quick. This is actually shaping up to be a difficult fight. And I really don't... The good thing about fighting Lautrec in your Firelink Shrine is if things go badly, you can either A, run back to the bonfire, or B, just fucking use your Estus, which is great. This fight seems a lot more difficult because you have a lot less options. I want to avoid putting my back to him, because if he backstabs me, he'll probably kill me in one hit. But the sorcerer must die, and then I can focus on Lautrec himself. Oh my god! Run! Run, run, run. May have to use another humanity here. Luckily, these guys don't seem to be too good at getting away from the chase mechanic. So I can just run away, use a humanity to heal, and hopefully live. And I mean, I don't like popping humanity like this. I'd like to use it for something else in the future. This is a very bad place for me to be right now. Okay, sorcerer's dead. That's good. I only have one dude left to fight. Humanity. Quick humanity. Never should have left my back to him there. But that's okay. This guy's almost dead. We can probably just tank damage against him. But that's risky as well. Oh my god, he hits so damn hard. Oh my god! Lautrec, don't do it! We used to be cool, buddy. I saved you. I saved your goddamn life. You remember that? Why is he so fucking fast? Don't do it. I gotta use my humanity. Okay, it was worth it. It was barely worth it. If only I had a little bit more pyromancy. I'm gonna have to pop more humanity. This is embarrassing. Oh, I can always farm it later. That was perfect. Okay, he took a roundabout way to get to me. He's trying to parry my ass. I don't think so. He's dead. Oh my god. Thank the fucking Lord. Okay, souvenir of reprisal. which is what you get when you're a Dark Moon, which is a blue phantom who invades the guilty. Okay, now I'm returning to my world. That was hectic, man. That's why invasions are so intense, because you can't heal. And ending up in a 3 versus 1 is a terrible situation. I would never normally use 3 humanity to save, or just to win an invasion, but because that's kind of a story-based invasion, I thought it was a good idea. So we got we got an awesome ring. Oh my god, okay, get out of there! I also picked up 3 humanity. Actually, it looks like I picked up 5 humanity in that fight, which is crazy. I probably picked up some after the fight with Ornstein and Smo as well. Now, this episode is not quite over. I do have to talk about the equipment and the items that I've just picked up there. And I also want to talk about the Lord Vessel, which is the item that Guinevere gave us. I really should have talked about that a little bit earlier, but I wanted to get that Lautrec stuff out of the way. Now, the Lord Vessel is actually probably the most useful item in the game. It's not necessarily a piece of equipment, but it is extraordinarily useful. For reasons that I'll explain in a second. That was a terrible block on my part. I'm trying to parry him because there's really nothing else to do on the staircase. These are the guys that I farmed in order to go up, 15 levels in about an hour. This is a pretty good soul farming spot. Usually you're not going to have to farm souls in Dark Souls, though. You're probably going to be pretty okay, just with the souls that you're getting randomly. I'm just going to run back to the bonfire. I could easily kill this guy. I just kind of don't want to bother with it right now. Because if I do die, that would be a pretty colossal mistake. Alright, rest of the bonfire. Now, let's talk about the Lord Vessel first. So, if I rest at this bonfire, you can see I have a new option, and that option is warping. Warping is incredibly useful, and this is the function that the Lord Vessel gives us. It gives us the ability to warp to any of the Covenant bonfires, as well as some other bonfires, which, serve some importance in the game, usually hub worlds. So we can go to Firelink Shrine, Anor Londo, which takes us to the very first bonfire. Chamber of the Princess, which is where we met Guinevere. Daughter of Chaos, which is the bonfire right after Quelaag. And there will be more in here as well as you unlock more covenants and reach more areas in the game. Now, what was I going to say? What are the items that we picked up from Lautrec? We got... First, let's go to equipment. We got the Ring of Favor and Protection. This boosts HP, stamina, load, but it breaks if you take it off. So if you put it on, you better keep it on for the rest of the game. This is widely considered one of the best, if not the best, in the game, or ring in the game, although there are some other ones like Havel's Ring and Dark Woodgrain Ring, which are very popular as well. You can see how much vitality this added to us, all that empty space up there, so that's pretty significant. That's maybe like 15%, 25%? I think it's 20% actually. And it also increases our equipment load, which means we can move a little bit faster, and actually I've got a lot of space in equipment load. Think about that. The more equipment load you have, above certain thresholds, the slower you move. But I can still afford to, put a little bit of heavier equipment on without incurring serious losses in my movement speed right now. Firekeeper's Soul will obviously allow us to boost our Estus Flask, but it will also allow us, should we so choose, to rekindle the bonfire at Firelink Shrine. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for a few reasons. One, I like having Firelink Shrine as kind of like a safe zone. Having an Estus Flask +2 would be nice, and I could always use something else as a safe zone now that I have this warp ability via the Lord Vessel. And the other reason is it's kind of good for the story. So I'm going to see if I can place the Firekeeper Soul down here somewhere. And then we'll probably end this episode. Let's see, can I go back here, place, examine, return Firekeeper Soul, yes. This is the first time I've ever done this, actually, which explains maybe why that first fight went so poorly. Alright, can we talk to her? What's up, Anastasia?
Thank you. I am Anastasia of Astora. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. But I only hope that my impure tongue not offend.
So can we talk to her now? Yes, we can.
Forgive me. I am impure. My tongue never intended for restoration. Please, if you have any heart, leave me be. I wish not to speak.
Alright, so that's pretty dark. I'm not really sure what is the situation there, but this will be the end of this episode. Now, just on a side note, for those of you who have played Dark Souls and they're like, hey man, you should give the Lord Vessel to Frampt, or you should talk to Frampt. I haven't decided which covenant I want to join, and if I do want to join the Dark Wraiths, then that would be a total deal breaker. I actually could not speak to Koth and join the Dark Wraiths, so I'm kind of on the fence about that right now. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll make a covenant decision in a future video at some point. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This has been a good episode. I will see you next time. Summoning succeeded!